All right, welcome back. Another episode of the TDD podcast. Another fun fact, super fun. This one, honestly, a little bit scary when I read it because one of my, big fears is like society going into like an apocalyptic world. Like, have you ever did you read or like watch the Maze Runner movies?
Yes, dude. The cranks. Those things.
Dude, that's what I'm scared of.
They're so scary.
Bro, I had nightmares of those. I swear to God, I read those books and I did not sleep. I am 100% serious. They're scary. But, some fungi, the mushroom fungi, create zombies and then control their minds.
They what?
Yeah. Some fungi create zombies, then control
the Cordyceps. Yeah.
But you know about this?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Big scientific lesson here. So, if you all have ever played The Last of Us, it's a PS4 exclusive game. But it basically it's based on this real fungus called the Cordyceps virus, and fungus I meant. And what it does is it's mainly in ants. So what happens is it takes over their body, right? And what it does is it makes the ant climb to like the highest point in like a tree or a leaf or whatever, and then it dies. Then it starts acting super strange too. So it kills it, and then the fungus starts growing out of the insect. You can go. I'll leave a link to the National Geographic video of it down in the description if you want to watch that. But yes, it is actually a real thing. And so a lot of people have said that if it mutates to move just from insects like moths and ants and stuff like that, it could actually be really deadly. So yes, I actually do know about that. Fun fact debunked.
Yeah, he's not capping. The tropical fungus Cordyceps infects ants' central nervous systems, and by the time the fungi has been in the insect bodies for 9 days, they have complete control over the host movements.
Yep.
They can force ants to climb trees, then convulse and fall into the cool, moist soil below, where the fungi thrive. So literally, they can make the ants kill themselves, and
that's what it does. Yeah, that's what it does.
What? Okay, but how would they control a human, bro?
That's the thing, it can't yet. And people they've been exposed to cordyceps, and all it causes is like minor issues. But what they're saying, what scientists are afraid of is if it mutates. And that is exactly what happens in The Last of Us, that game. And it's such a good game, by the way. If you haven't played it, go play it. But what happens is it's basically the same thing with ants, is that it corrupts them and then it starts growing out of them. And so, yeah, that's what, if it ever mutates, that's something that it could do. So yeah.
Okay, well, it's a fungus though. It doesn't have a brain. It can't, it doesn't have thoughts. I'm pretty sure.
So it corrupts the brain. It's where it's like the brain, the conscious mind lays dormant. It corrupts some part of the cortex, right? And I'm learning about this in psychology, so I'm like kind of nerding out. But so it numbs part of the cortex that controls like the conscious mind. Then what it does is the unconscious system runs fully automatically, and then the fungus creates the weird spasms and stuff, and all that like involuntary movement is caused by that. So it's not it corrupts the brain. It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't have a thought of its own. But also remember that fungi are living.
Yeah.
They do have like purpose and growth. So
no, I know. So but with the ants, its only purpose is to feed and grow. So it would most likely just control whatever it is to try and feed on it and grow from it.
Yeah.
Which could be honestly easily countered by a door. I doubt they know how to open doors, and if they do, we're screwed.
But yeah, an easy countermeasure to any fungus is fire or just chopping off its.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, I guess, bad, but I think we could easily counter that.
Oh yeah, and there's no way that it can physically mutate, not yet, anyways.
I mean,
2022.
Yeah, man. Okay, but our topic of this episode is conspiracy theories.
Yes.
So, it's kind of a wild one, out in left field. But I'm just gonna, I guess, dive right into it. We have a list of 5 conspiracy theories that we're just gonna touch on and talk about.
The first one is our favorite.
Wait, which one is the first one?
the Elon Musk brain chip.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know if our list was the same. Yeah, the Elon Musk brain chip. This man, Elon Musk, you got to give it to him. He is probably gonna go down as one of the smartest humans in human history, and he probably already is. Like one of the, he definitely is. But the stuff this man comes up with, there's no way he's not doing drugs. There is no way. I mean, okay. 1 second he's sending a freaking car to the moon into space. The next he's developing neuro brain chips, and then the next he's like farming pigs for research about something. Yeah, the pigs are the neurochips. He works on. I'm looking it up right now. He uses pigs as like experiments for the neurochips. I think.
Yes.
I think he's had success, but.
Yikes, that's scary.
I mean,
so wait, so what's the conspiracy theory though? Like, what is
well, that it's a government chip and it's gonna like control our brain and be able to be like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's gonna know everything about us, make us forced to do that stuff. Like what he's describing it as, it's like it's a cure for like learning disabilities, like I have, like dyslexia, or
so essentially it would cure that.
Yeah, basically, like it can cure that, and it's kind of like Google in your brain, or like Siri maybe. I think.
Cool concept, but like how would it work?
I don't know exactly.
And people say that the Alexas and Siris and the Roombas like map out your house and listen to every conversation that you have. So like it's not the most far-fetched theory I've ever heard. Now,
he said, okay. Elon Musk's exact quote was, "It's a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires that go into your brain." That's a direct quote from him. So he said that the aim of the Neuralink is to increase the rate of which information can flow from the human brain to a machine. So he made it. He was able to make a monkey play video games using its mind from the Neuralink.
Mind control. That's what I
basically.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, it creates a link that will wirelessly connect the brain to the digital world. So it's like a phone for in your head, which would make it extremely easy to cheat on literally any test ever. Yeah, dude. I mean, what if this gets like really widespread? How are they gonna ever counter that? Like counter that? Like we would literally have everything like literally in our fingertips. Like if people say like, oh, we have computers in our pockets, and we do. But like literally, we can just think, oh, what's 24 times 87? Instantly know it because it's like a Google in your head. I mean, what? I mean, damn, dude, this is just wild. But but the theory is that like the government's gonna use it to control you, control your thoughts, blah, 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 which to a degree they already do. Well, they already do to a degree. Like fake news and stuff, like that's that influences you. To a degree, but I don't think it can be on the scale that people think it is, because it's got to have some sort of regulations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if the people found out that the government was, going into their neurochips, people would go crazy, and they wouldn't like that. People are already going crazy at the idea of it. If it actually happens, I mean, what happened to the Capitol when people were storming it?
Yeah,
that would be like times 12, bro. It'll be bad. I mean, riots in the street.
All right, our second conspiracy theory is something that I have. So it's somewhere, it's a place that I have actually personally been to, which is the Denver airport. A lot of stuff surrounds the Denver airport. Like it's the big horse with the red eyes and just the paintings in the place. Like it's just the whole thing. So from personal experience, so the conspiracy is that it's built like over this like new world order or whatever. Like it's built underneath it. It serves as like a headquarters or whatever. Theorists cite that the airport's unusual large size and its distance from the Denver city center and the satanic symbols.
It's by the way, it's 53 square miles in the airport. So
that's huge. Yeah. And as well as a set of murals which include depictions of war and death and blah blah blah. So it's all like wrapping up this violent, like whatever stuff. Personally, I know exactly what they're talking. I have been to the Denver airport. I went to Colorado Springs, and to get there, you got to go, to Denver. I have seen the horse. I have seen the paintings. It's a very unusual airport. I will say that. Like, it is unusual. Like the atmosphere is different when you sit up there. But the weird thing is that they acknowledge that there's conspiracies, or like there's like this whole bunch of like there's like these information platforms like underneath murals, and it's like this conspiracy theory and like this conspiracy. Like, it's just a whole different thing. So personally, I think it's a whole bunch of bullcrap, but I definitely get what people think, because
Yeah, so there's a lot about it. There's the Illuminati and apocalyptic stuff. It was built by the city of Denver, so I mean, I don't know if that's gonna say anything, but it was built by the government, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. So local people have theorized that their airport's got secret tunnels, clues to Nazi secret societies, horrifying harbingers, I don't know what that word is, of doom hidden in public artwork around the Denver hub, which is the artwork that you're talking about. I was Googling it. It's weird, bro.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
And then the CEO, Kim Day, who really embraces the conspiracy theories, quote unquote. We decided a few years ago that rather than fight all of this and try to convince everybody that there's nothing really gone, let's have fun with it. Which is a good way to debunk them, kind of be like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, people say the best way to get, to make people stop making fun of you is by making fun of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But, so, yeah, but that's exactly what they want you to think. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. Dude, yeah, it's cool. It was the big one is it was built for a new world order. That's one of the bigger ones. Then there's a giant blue horse sculpture, which is one with the red eyes.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. We were driving out of the airport and driving through the airport. I thought it was sick.
It is cool. Yeah, and it's apparently a nod to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which I didn't even know existed. Then there's underground tunnels have bunkers, which honestly isn't that far-fetched because again, what if there is a nuclear fallout or anything that have bunkers? That's not a big, I wouldn't say conspiracy theory. A lot of places have a lot of government places have bunkers. It's commonly known. But the one about here is it's built by lizard people, aka Mark Zuckerberg, or aliens. The artwork
Pyramids
provides
are also
clues.
built by aliens too, guys, by the way.
Yeah, and the artwork apparently provides clues for the end of the world.
Which I mean, it kind of does.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. It's like this ghost head that has a giant gun with a lot of destroyed buildings and people dying, I guess. Which is cool. Yep. But yeah, that's about it. Those are the main ones in the Denver airport, which I don't know, man. It's weird, but again, I think it's just a stupid theory that people are like, "Oh, big airport."
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
We got another one. COVID ain't real. Probably heard it everywhere, folks. COVID is not real.
Guys, breaking news.
But ain't think about the government. But yeah, this is really quick. Coronavirus is definitely real. It's real. And how an easy theory to debunk by this is that it involves multiple countries. Pretty much every country has been affected by it. So it affects multiple countries who aren't on the same page and don't like each other.
Exactly.
Why would they agree to do this if it's a government conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
There might be some fibbing about it every now and then. I'm sure some countries aren't completely honest about the coronavirus, but it's a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think it is? Just a bunch of flu cases that got the flu get really bad or some crap? No, seriously. Some dude ate a bat. That's what happened. I don't know.
Well, some claim that the virus was engineered or escaped from a research laboratory.
I have heard that. And that's not that far-fetched because I know they the military and stuff, and other militaries do stuff like that. So that's not that far-fetched, but it's still real. It's not like a fake thing. You know?
Yeah.
It's still real.
Exactly. Even if it was bioengineered, it's still a real thing.
Even if people let it out on purpose, it's still a real virus. Or I just said a known word. Whoops. It's still a real virus.
Yeah.
I slipped out. I've been so good, but it slipped out. But yeah, that's COVID ain't real. And then the next one is probably actually the biggest ever, and it's flat Earth. Again, let me just Google an image of the Earth real quick. Earth.
There is video of people on the upper atmosphere seeing that the Earth is round. Like,
Yeah, I'm looking at multiple images right now on Google, and I can confirm indeed that it is round. Yeah. So,
yeah.
and the argument is that it's not flat, is that it's like it's a circle shape, but then it's just flat. But then I'm looking at an image from taken from a what's it called, like a spaceship or whatever, astronaut, and there's clearly a curve. You can see a curve when you're on Earth. If you've ever been to the beach and you look out, you can see, it's very hard to see, but you can see a curve, okay? It's very gradual. You have to look for a while, but there is one. So, I mean, flat earthers have something wrong in the head. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they do. And I'm gonna be real here. Like, flaming people for their beliefs is not something I usually do. But if you believe in the flat Earth, like, I'll just encourage. You know what I'll encourage you to do? Take a sailboat or a plane, fly below the clouds or over the ocean, and just go around the world. There's no edge. There's no edge. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why people believe in that stuff, honestly.
It has been described as the ultimate conspiracy theory, which is cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been ranked by 200 people. Conspiracy theories, and it's consistently number one.
Definitely the most well known.
Yeah, for sure. Flat earthers, apparently, to them, gravity is an illusion. Objects do not accelerate downward. Instead, the disk of Earth accelerates upwards at 32 feet per second squared, or 9.8 meters per second squared. Driven up by a mysterious force called dark energy. Now, we're not getting serious when we're bringing in dark energy, so that's cool. But currently, there's disagreement among flat earthers about whether or not Einstein's theory of relativity permits Earth to accelerate upward indefinitely without the planet eventually surpassing the speed of light.
That is true.
I don't even really know. I'm just so confused. Yeah, there's famous people who believe it. Rapper singer Bobby Ray Simmons Jr., or known as Bob, released a track called Flatline, in which he discusses Neil deGrasse Tyson, very smart dude, after the two had a Twitter battle over if the Earth was flat or not. Bob is convinced the Earth is flat, while Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the smartest people on the Earth, arguably, pretty sure it's round. Who do you side with? I'm personally going with Bob.
No, I'm going with no. Flat Earth is not true. And well, here's the thing: it's that they say that it's caused by dark energy, but dark energy and dark matter are the same things, and dark matter is actually in the vastness of space, what makes a black hole. It's something that if of all things, it sucks in light. It doesn't propel anything. So if the Earth was flat, if the Earth was flat and there was dark matter pushing it up, that's not even possible.
Yeah, but Bob tweeted apparently, no matter how high in elevation you are, horizon is always at eye level. ... Sorry, cadets. ... I didn't want to believe it either. Buddy, have you ever been on a plane? The Earth is flat. It's flat. But moving on, before I have an aneurysm about this, we got. I know you did this one. I don't even. The plane.
Oh, the Malaysian flight. Yes. Okay, so Malaysian Flight 370. So it crashed down. It was supposedly shot by Ukrainian forces over the Indian Ocean. Nobody really truly knows what happened, and I will leave a link to a channel that I watch called Lemon Know. They do free documentaries, super interesting to watch. But they did one about this Malaysian flight, and what I learned was that it suddenly disappeared off of radar, right? And so nobody knows what happened to it. It's almost like there's so many plane disappearances, like stuff all the time. But yeah, so they did it. So they had this whole search area, but it turns out they were searching the complete wrong direction. What they were doing was searching like part of like the Pacific, but it was truly in the Indian Ocean or whatever. And so after some parts were found washed up on like islands, but what happened was all the parts were equally spread out around like a chain of islands or whatever. Like I meant not like a chain, but like I meant like far away islands far away from each other. So the search location was like so huge, they never found the plane, never found any of the crew or whatever. People have said that it was hijackers, but they did identification throughout all the people. There was two stolen passports by two different males, but they were not involved in any organization at all. They were just trying to escape the country, and that was confirmed. So people are like, oh, we got shot down, but nobody knows why it truly went down. So the conspiracy, is that it was terrorists or it was like aliens or whatever. It's the same thing with like the Bermuda Triangle, like all that stuff, like the sudden disappearances or whatever. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know, man. But so I'm trying to find the flight path. It deviated from its route 2 hours after takeoff, according to data from a military radar. For reasons still unknown, the plane abruptly turned back towards Malaysia, then on toward the Indian Ocean. So I think it started from someplace in Malaysia. It goes over the the South China Sea. It was supposed to go to Beijing, so it was a straight shot from Malaysia to Beijing. But it deviated, goes back across Malaysia, and then turns upwards into just the Indian Ocean, basically. And at 2:22 a.m., that's when they had their last contact with the military radar. There are no reports of bad weather or distress calls. The search attempts, like you said, were launched, and they found literally nothing, or basically nothing. I mean, it disappeared, and I think honestly, this is one of those times when stuff happens, man. I mean, maybe the plane just went missing. It could have just fell into the ocean. Stuff happened. I don't know why they turned around. There's definitely some fishy business going on there, but I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing, you don't know, and that's why people like to make these conspiracy theories about this stuff, because they don't know,
Exactly. No one truly knows, which is scary to think about.
Yeah, facts. Like, what if you're on that plane, bro?
Exactly.
Think about that.
Dude, imagine like you're in heaven, right? And you're just looking down on everybody doing all this like biased research, and it's like fools. Like we've been going about it the whole wrong way, and that's the scary thing. That's what's true.
The first piece of the flight took more than a year to find. The first fragment.
Exactly.
Of a plane being washed up in July 2015. The accident happened in sometime in 2014 on Redun Island, thousands of miles from where it took off. So I don't know, man. Yes, crazy. There was like 239 people on the plane. None of them were ever found. They're all presumed dead.
Wow.
Damn.
Imagine they're all like living on an island.
Yeah, bro. Imagine they like just chilling.
You know that island where it's like inhabited by like all the cannibals. You know the cannibalist island or whatever?
No. I know the island where there's like literally just a tribe of like.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's like the tribe that like kills anybody who like walks in and then they eat them.
Oh. Okay.
Imagine that's the crew. they're just
no. But it's kind of like the same. So there's also like the 9/11 conspiracy theory. This isn't it, but like where all the people who quote unquote died are living like in are living in somewhere like Austria or Australia, and like living a really good life or whatever. No,
that's wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Like, bro, tell that to literally anyone who was there, and they will probably like beat you up, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, literally everyone you ask can tell you where they were on 9/11.
Exactly. Anybody who was alive during that time.
it's gonna be the same thing for us in like 10 years when our kids ask us about COVID. Where were you when COVID hit? Well, son, I was a freshman in high school,
Exactly.
a young lad.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like, damn, bro. It's one of those events that just changes the course of history forever.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of the TDT podcast. Thanks for listening. It was definitely more interesting and theorizing episode, but
yeah, bro, I love a podcast episodes like this where they just like talk about really interesting, weird stuff, and it just makes you think. I hope the goal was to make you think.
Exactly.
So I hope.
And if you're not scared yet, well then, congratulations, you passed the test. All right, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.